they come from the ethnologue. I will explain what the ethnologue is in a few slides. This is never a certain figure. Language versus dialect is a known problem in linguistics, in the humanities on the whole. There is a Lithuanian linguist who said that, well, the difference between a language and a dialect is an army and a TV station. So if you have an army and a TV station, you're a language. If you don't have any of those, you take away the army, then you become a dialect. So this is, I like this formulation because this pretty much summarizes what it comes down to. It comes down to politics and power that rarely have anything to do with language structure. In this respect, we as a linguists have to be as neutral as we possibly can. And respect what the speakers of whatever variety X decide. Politics have made these two labels very loaded. Nobody wants to speak a dialect. Everybody wants to be a speaker of a language. So for a while it was anathema and completely forbidden to use any of those. And you say, well, I'm speaking a variety of X. So we're cool. We're not speaking a dialect, and that's good. We're equal. Nobody is offended. That's very important. As I said, some regions of the world are very poorly studied. So if my question is what is possible and what is not possible in human languages, I cannot answer it fully, even if I take everything that has been described, because this is half of the languages that exist in the world. And even if the other 3,000 or so are dialects, as a linguist, I still want to know what is possible in this dialect. Then data could be questionable. I mean, not all grammars are equal. Somebody wrote a word list. They were there as a missionary. I mean, what they wrote, I don't know. But this is all I have, so I have to work with it. And there is no way to verify your data for many languages. That's a real problem. When I have reported on my projects to my funding agencies, I do get a question, you worked on 200 languages, do you speak all of them? And I say no. So how do you verify your data? I don't. And then they're like, well, we're wasting money. Well, I guess, but I mean, if you're asked, all I can do is to be honest what I used as sources. If I used a word list from a missionary from the 1800s, this is what I have to cite. And say, this is all of my sources, there are no speakers left of Kapinga Barangi or Pitan Tatara, language in Australia. So that's my source, it's not verifiable. On this logic, there is a lot of archaeology that shouldn't be funded either, because you can't verify. I mean, you found something, it's a big piece of, that looks like may have been this kind of clay, but may have been something else. And you can go to the lab can tell you so much. So it's a very similar data problem here. We can't avoid it. I think it doesn't mean that we should stop, but we need to be at least aware of it and not pretend it's not there. There are different attitudes to language. Some people don't want to be on a map. Some people don't want to disclose their identity. So that has to be respected. And as I said, that's the mantra of this first half of the lecture. Many languages are disappearing. So as a typologist, there is what I can do is to go describe some. So typology feeds off documentary linguistics. What documentary linguistics gets off typology is to get a big picture, what's out in the world, what is possible. This is what we serve. Now, do you want to take a break? Or shall I go on? Let's break here? Okay.
It's up to you if you feel tired.
It's up to really to the group.
Evet yani.
Let's
Teneffüs
take
isteyenler hemen
break
parmak
for
kaldırıyor.
5 minutes, you know? No?
Teneffüs parmak.
Okay, drink tea. And, this is very nice. I will tell them in Stockholm they should start to do it too. They don't serve tea. They serve sweets.
Şuradan duruyor herhalde değil mi? Yine aynı yerden durur.